Nice.
Right. Hi chat. Today we're going to start with 4K off-tank review. You said trying to get value on D.va here and there. Don't understand the fundamentals of want to team in frontline context. So let's just get right to it. Here's the code. Right. I do like Lijiang. Lijiang is probably one of my favorite maps, excluding King's Row. Everyone likes King's Row.
Mm.
Right. Let's go forward. I went forward too far. Right. So my first thing is that you don't have like any frontline damage, right? Symmetra can have frontline if we give her time to build, but she needs time to build. And they have like a lot of frontline damage. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be difficult.
I wasn't a fan of this comp because normally, because I feel like Trace is kind of like it's like running Mei, like the Mei sim on this map, but like without the Mei
The wall.
utility. Yeah, it's kind of scuffed, but
So the big thing here is that you just have to stay by your Rhine, right? Because otherwise he just gets deleted. Like usually if the front lines are equal, you can take an off angle sometimes and try to put extra pressure. But when the front line difference is so big, you just have to stay by your Rhine.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna TP because we have Symmetra, I assume. Yep. This is fine, we're just holding point. Personal bubble for charge early is fine. This is okay, we're holding point. We still hold point is... Oh, okay. So, a big thing with... hold on, just... I don't have the... This changes every week, hold on. Just spectate, lock on, there we go. Alright, so a big thing with bubbles is that if the enemy has a McCree and you don't want to use your bubble early. Like, even if your Rhine is going aggro, using your bubble early just gives the McCree a free stun right click. And that's the big thing with bubbles, right? Is that they have that's the big difference between D.va and Zarya, of course, that the bubbles have a very long cooldown, so if you use the bubble early to allow your Rhine to go aggro, the McCree is just gonna come in and stun and right click the Rhine. On the other hand, if you have D.va, you defense matrix when your Rhine goes aggro, and even if your Rhine comes back, then you will have defense matrix again after 1 second. So the McCree doesn't really have a window to, stun right click. Because let's just face it, McCree stun right click is kind of meta right now.
Yeah.
Like, so many people are just playing McCree, even if they're not very good at McCree, they're just playing McCree because right clicking is easy.
Yeah. I think my idea was I wanted to bubble aggressively here because I wanted to walk on the Kree because he's in like a really isolated position in that corner. Like it's quite difficult for him to get out there. That was like my idea. We didn't like follow through. Like we didn't end up pushing him. I called it in comms, but it's
yeah, and the big problem is that you don't really have the DPS to follow either, right? Like if you had a McCree or maybe like your own hands or maybe like a soldier, that would be fine because you can run at McCree and actually do damage, but Symmetra is very slow to build up, right? Symmetra has to play very slow. And Tracer is just probably going to be annoying the backline. No, she's not going to be following your calls 90% of the time.
Mm.
And yeah, your run just gets stunned and probably right clicked and deleted and YouTube. So sometimes like if you have an equal front line, going aggressive can be the right idea and it can work. But it's very important to just differentiate between what comp you have and with which comp the enemy is running, right? Because in this case they just have a lot more burst damage than you do.
Yeah, because I was kind of like I didn't really want to play this like too passively because obviously they have like way better poke than us. So we kind of like insta lose if we just like sit on point.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's a very fine line because you still need time for Symmetra to build up the beam. So it's a you cannot just wait forever because they just win on damage, but you cannot go right away because Symmetra has no damage either. So it's like, and again, Symmetra Tracer is just weird, but you make do with what you have.
What do you think we should be trying to do with this comp? Like, what should our like mid fight plan be? Because obviously it's very difficult to like frontline push.
Well, I think you just try to hold with cover until your Symmetra gets at least stage 2. and then you can try to push the Reinhardt, right, or whoever's on the Reinhardt's line.
Yeah. Okay.
And you, of course, again, you need to save your bubble for the stun. If McCree uses the stun, and you see the stun go out, then you can go aggressive with the bubble and try to run someone over. But if McCree has the stun, he's basically keeping you under check, right? If you use your bubble early, we cannot go aggressive because McCree just stuns, right clicks your Ryan and range instead. That's okay, like you took damage, but you're not gonna die. You teleport.
I
Oh,
really, yeah, I messed up. That was a misclick. I think it was just
lucky.
but it kind of works out, I think, in this fight because they stay at choke to fight, so it kind of creates space in like a really weird way. Like you'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
In a second.
If the enemy team splits, like if 2 people go contest your people on point and 3 people come here, it can't work. Ideally, like, if the enemy team just goes and runs you over and then come back to contest the point, then it's kind of just lost. But yeah, look at this. Like, the tank stay, everyone else goes back.
Yeah,
So,
it works out really weirdly. It works out really weirdly because they slam, but then
yeah,
they win the fight on point 2v4.
yeah, because it's Rhine Symmetra. How are they gonna push into a Rhine Symmetra without a Rhine or a Zarya? Right? They just have no tanks. Which is, a very weird miscommunication. Should not have worked, but it did. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, we just take the point. And the Rhine instead. And the Zarya that should. So that worked out somehow.
Yeah, it's just the chaos of ladder, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, we just regroup on point, that's fine. Now we have Symmetra turret, so now we do want to play on point, right? Because we got a Symmetric who's got turret set up, we got a teleporter as well to, just go forward, go back. Where's the teleporter actually?
I don't think it's up here. I think she puts it at the front of point so we can rotate.
Oh yeah,
back.
she's using it, that's why I couldn't see it. So yeah, you got a teleporter, that's good. One thing to keep in mind again though, like you need to move together, like with your Rhine, because you have no front line. Like that bubble is okay. Again, at least McCree's not with them. If McCree's with them, he could exploit the bubble and just go aggressive, stand right click again. But the Rhine also has a lot of pressure, like their Rhine, so they use window, we go back. Oh, your Rhine is fucked.
Yeah, no, he went to the right side. I did call to DP, but I mean it's just like a in the moment thing, I think.
Yeah, that's unlucky. Again, I do think that you bubbled early, only because I don't think you knew the McCree was away. So you have to be more careful about bubbling early, especially if they have a McCree, right? Because McCree's just the meta right now.
Yeah, and they had a lot of ults as well.
Yeah, I don't think this was a winnable fight. They just had grab dragons and we have, but might as well last as long as possible. And we got 50%, so that's solid. And we're coming back with our own grab.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Okay. How are we gonna use grab? They don't have anything to eat it. They don't have anything to protect other than Nemo. So you can just go very aggressive, right? I would just go and try to grab them all. That it's simple as that.
I think that's what I go for. I think I go a bit too deep.
Oh yeah, you go. Yeah, you.
Yeah, I
should just back out, but it's fine. Like the idea is good. Like grabbing everything, they have nothing to defend it with other than Nemo, but Nemo, So you die because you do go a little like. It's not that you go too aggressive. You just stay too long because you're trying to get value out of grab, so you just stay too long.
Yeah, I think I was body blocked there by because like the grav had everyone in the doorway, so I couldn't like push through. But I shouldn't have gone that deep in the first place, to be honest.
Yeah, don't get past the right shield basically because you just don't get healing. The way usually, I'm sure you know this, the way you usually put pressure into a grab is you take the off angle, but in this case you can't really take an off angle.
Yeah.
So you just went deep, and yeah, it does look like you were getting just hard body block.
Yeah.
Just unlucky, but this is actually still probably a winnable fight.
Yeah, I think we win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab was good. You did go overextend a little bit, but grab was good. And we win the point. Oh, you got D.va here.
Yeah, I got D.va.
So the thing with D.va, and you were asking me about this, is that when they have the better frontline, especially when they have so much burst damage, you do not want to go aggressive on the Rhine by like denying healing and whatnot, right? Because your Rhine is gonna get blown out. Like, if they have a better front line, you always just run to defense magics your Rhine defensively. Because if you use it aggressively, that gives the enemy a window to, well, blow your Rhine up.
Yeah. If I mean, not for this game, but if I am to try and cut off healing for Ryan with the is it better to do it from a side angle, or can I just do it from behind my Ryan? Or is that too inconsistent, do you think?
It depends. The big question is it depends. Sometimes you can go for an aggressive angle and that's more effective. The problem is that, of course, you are exposed, right? So it depends on what they have. Like, if they have a McCree and the Zarya, you probably don't want to take the off angle because you can. Thank you for the follow. You can just get deleted by the McCree and the Zarya. But if they, especially with Hanzo as well, who can do, storm arrows if you get stunned. So against this, I wouldn't go for the off angle. Even if you had like a similar comp, I would probably not go for the off angle. I would just try to do it from behind my Rhine and go aggressive with my Rhine. If they don't have as much pressure, let's just say they actually have a Mei, right? Type Q Mei, meta right now. You can go for the angle because even if the Mei tries to freeze you, you can just get out. And if McCree actually goes to try to stun you, then they have no front line unless they wall like your team off. But Mei doesn't do enough damage to press your Rhine while you're not there, basically.
See.
So that's such an idea. Just you can survive Mei McCree, especially because if McCree goes away, then they have no front line. But Mei Hanzo, even if McCree goes away to contest you, they still have Hanzo on the front line. And in this case, where you actually have no front line, it's especially important that you just don't. Just stay with your mind. Great hit. Good reaction. And yeah, like this, yeah, right? You're going aggressive into the enemy team, and I know you have a wall, which is really good. The issue is that if they just rush your Rhine, which I don't know if they're going to do, but if they just rush your Rhine, like the McCree's, right, you could actually go on the McCree. That's the thing you can do.
But I think my idea was to try and like split them around the window.
Yeah.
Because I like if they walk past the window, then it kind of denies some of the value. If I'm forcing that, that was the idea, I think.
I like that idea. The big issue, of course, is that if you go away, if the McCree was with the team and they go for the off angle, they can rush you or the Rhine because they just rush you. You can get out. If you the rush a Rhine, then you are in trouble. But it's still like the idea is solid, especially because the window and you got the wall, so they cannot actually pressure you because you got the wall. The Rhine goes for you. We all just get shattered. That's not on you. We kill the Rhine. Good kill. Not sure why you were trying to defense matrix there, but it's okay. Don't abandon your front line, like I said. McCree can just delete your Rhine.
Yeah, the Lucio called to go on him here, so I kind of like you can see me like kind of like check back and be like, oh, is my team with me? But it was definitely an overcommitment. I just thought it was. I saw it as like a free kill, and it was called. So
that's unfortunate, and yeah, he got support from the above as well. If the Lucio called it, it's probably good to go because you're following up on someone's call, which is the right idea. But yeah, this was not a good idea. And again, it's not on you. Like if Lucio called, let's get the Hanzo, then I assume the Lucio will be coming with you, but doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do you think I could have done it without committing boosters? Do you think? Because I just like boosted like straight in and then cut them short.
Probably not. I think it was too far away. Like with leap? No, I think maybe you could have actually. Like looking back at it, I thought it was further right, but what do you go from? Yeah, I think you could have. Because you can get up to here safely, right? Just by using cover. Then go on the Hanzo, and when he leaps away, you booster. So you could have definitely used it without using boosters. But again, like, if you're just reacting on Lucio calling Hanzo 1 or whatever, or just going Hanzo by himself, then I'm fine with using boosters. I would have assumed that the Hanzo would be either low or really bad position, or maybe no leap. Like, I would have done the same, basically. Just go on the Hanzo because if someone calls Hanzo right 1, then, I'll try to clean up. Yeah, it's okay. You lose mech, we win the fight. Good shatter, but B. She looks like a lost fight. Yeah, it's a lost fight. Unlucky. It's okay. It's a lost fight and we are 100 to 50, so we can come back. Wait for your team. Just waiting, just waiting. Okay, we go. Pressure the Rhine, that's fine. Oh, here, for example, right? You're trying to defense Matrix Rhine from healing. But your Rhine is not going aggressive, which is a problem because now your Rhine cannot go aggressive. And again, their DPS are playing very far back. Like, Macri should be a lot closer to the team to exploit this. Because you are giving him a window. But this is still, like, you have to be very careful. Again, like, defense Matrix in the Rhine is a good idea. And now you have a Macri to try to punish as well. So it's not as bad when you had Symmetra. But you still have to be careful. We get grabbed. Definitely lost fight. Actually, maybe not. Kill the Rhine. Okay, Rhine's dead. We lost Macri, now it's probably a lost fight. We have one more fight. You prevent Lucio from whooping people, that's good. That's solid. Decent shatter. Do we just lose the dragon? Yeah, we just lose it anyway.
Yeah, I, in my opinion, because I rewatched this VOD this morning, I thought that the pathing here was really bad. I don't think we should have gone coast.
I agree, like...
Because, like, it's so hard to break
They just
the
have a
choke.
Lucio. It's basically they just have a Lucio.
And the Rhine as well, because he just gets so much cleave there. Like, for free. It just makes it so difficult to break.
I mean,
and plus
yeah.
he can pin boop. He can pin boop and they have Lucio boop.
Yeah, again, the biggest thing for me on to go here is Lucio, not only because of the boops, but because they can just beat back, like, the general idea of trying to go for a different route, right, is that the enemy team will not get to the choke in time, but because they have Lucio, they just get to the choke in time anyway. So, and we also spent a long time waiting. But yeah, I would just not go this way. Like, your idea of denying Lucio the window was good, but then he just goes in anyway and gets a poop anyway, I believe. Yeah, he just goes back for it. And yeah, the cleave, and also if we had called that they had dragons, we definitely should have not come this way. I don't know if someone in your team was all tracking or if you were all tracking, but if we had known they had dragon, they would definitely not be the right call because it's just so tight, right?
Yeah, I normally all track for myself, but I didn't even think about the dragon. I don't think.
That's unfortunate. And yeah, it's those ultimates that are usually not very effective, but in these situations we are forced to dash, they can deny an area and it can be like very dangerous. Okay, so lose first. Not too bad. Like, of course not too bad, right? Play solid. Your mechanics are solid. I think the biggest thing is that you just don't... Like with the Zarya bubbles, I don't think you can stop to consider that, hey, they have a McCree, I should save my Zarya bubble for the McCree. And that's basically the only thing. And with D.va, you were just like, I can take an off angle or I can go aggressive on someone, but the Rhine is basically dead if you do that.
Yeah.
It's basically as simple as just stop to look at the enemy team, and if they have like a lot of frontline damage, then you kinda have to stick your Rhine, especially if you don't have a lot of frontline damage. Looks like we have a... words. Looks like you're gonna have a McCree for this one, so we can... Now that you have a McCree, right? You can go more aggressive. Ideally, you still defense Magic your Rhine, but oh, actually they don't have a McCree. So we just win this front line. Even though they have a Zarya, D.va is better at, preventing damage. Zarya's cooldown is 8 seconds, right? She can do more damage, but her defensive cooldowns are longer. And just run them over on the front line. Because now they have an Ashes to McCree.
So what do you think about going left side here in Brawl Mirror?
White is good.
Obviously we didn't know it was Brawl Mirror.
Yeah, white
Okay.
is good. Like the thing with going white is that you don't want to go bridge because if they have dive, they just dive you on bridge. It's basically just that.
Yeah, because I always thought that like if it's Brawl Mirror but they go bridge and we don't, it's like they get a like point control like super early.
I mean,
But I guess it's like a bit of a gamble, right?
yeah, it's like you're just safe going bridge again in broad mirror, and yeah, you do get to point a bit faster. Like they get to point a bit faster, but it's usually not fast enough to completely deny you the cooldown unless they have like a Symmetra. If they have like a Symmetra, then they teleport, right, and they do deny you the choke. But in this case, like you can see, they are actually not set up to defend the choke. They are just like the Ryan is here, and Zarya is only now coming to the point, and this is probably the fastest they can be.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can completely deny you the choke. They can take point for sure, and that's if you just let them control the point forever, they just get the point. But that's just not gonna happen because you have Brawl Mirror. So is it an advantage? It's a tiny bit of an advantage, but it's usually worth the trade-off of not being the even on bridge because this is
Yeah.
death. Okay, just putting pressure. Defense metrics is fine, and in this case, you can actually you got that stun right click probably. On the case, in this case, it is worth the trade-off. If you want to go aggressive and eat the healing, you can because now they don't have the pressure on your front line, right? Or if you want to go like if you see the Hanzo or the Ashe by themselves and you think you can win the 1v1, then you can do that too because now you have the better front line. Yeah, then I heal into the Rhine. They have to use Simo. Break Emo. We kill the Rhine. Kill the Rhine? There he is. Your Rhine's dead. Unlucky. Emo was a second too late, but should still be a win fight. Like we got the Hanser on this Rhine is dead. They don't have any. They don't have him anymore. Yeah. So we just win. That's fine. Just putting pressure on this area. We just win. Just win. I don't think we needed window, but you know what? I'm fine with window being used there to clean up, make sure we win because it builds so fast anyway.
Yeah. I was a bit worried about not being proactive enough there. Like I felt like there was a few times where I could have like gone into like the Zarya or like initiated.
I think you played
some
safe
sort of
enough.
play.
Like the big thing is that because you had one more person, you can play a bit safer and you just have more damage coming in. And if I go back to where your Rhine died, but here, your Tracer can distract the backline and you can just even if you play slow, so long as we don't let them come back, it's fine. You don't have to play very fast to win the fight, so long as we just wait for our McCree to stand to be back, and your boosters, your defense matrix, your micro missiles, Tracer scoring on the backline. She probably got her cooldowns back as well. Yeah, it's just that she had recall as well, so it's fine. Like they are not going to come back before you win the fight anyway. There's no reason to rush it. And if you go insanely aggressive and they pick you off, then they have a chance to regroup anyway, to retake. So
Yeah.
I think
so
playing
it's better
slow
to
is
play
recall.
slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time to raise my APM. I'm gonna have to shoot you down. Get through this.
You can probably commit if you really want to. You can probably commit micro missiles for a little bit of extra charge, because the long rotation means you will have them. You don't, which again I'm also fine with. Both are fine. Like the point is you'll just have them back by the time they get the point.
Yeah,
Boost
I
us
got
away.
jebaited really badly here because I thought they were going white.
Yeah, I
and
thought they were
think
going white as well. And they just come back this way, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You did lose some HP for it, but it's not too bad. We high noon. You block for the high noon. That's good. Wait, did he? Hold on.
Yeah, I think they faked. Like.
No, not just that. But Zarya just used both bubbles. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, she used
This
them
is
like
just
super early.
bad, and
I think we could have turbo inted there actually.
like you wait for the bubbles to be out and just win. Okay, the map suicides, which is, you know, I don't know why their map went from cover to behind the Rhine shield, but you know, we don't talk about
Yeah.
it. But the big thing, and this is one why I tried to McCree, right? Is they small bubbles. I bet my life that McCree is going to stun right click the Rhine and just kill him because they have no bubbles, right? Stun, right click, and he just dies.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show because you do the same thing on the last point. Yeah, it's just very important that if you're playing Zarya Rhine into a McCree, you at least you have to save your friendly for the McCree.
Mm-hmm.
And we just win the fight.
Time to raise my APM.
I did feed a bit. I feel like that was kind of a bad feed because it means they can grab dragons super early.
No, I mean, no, it's okay. Like if they can grab dragons, but if we have beat and emo, we can survive grab dragons, and we have ults as well. So especially with you, like they cannot go as aggressive with grab dragons because if the Zarya just inst down mid, then you can eat the grab or eat the dragons if the answer is too close. So it's especially at this rank, it's like if you don't play smart with grab dragons, you are gonna get it eaten. And if you play smart and you don't get as much value but get it through, then you just don't kill things.
Yeah. I don't actually punish bad grabs like that enough. I'm not very good at eating grabs.
That's fair. I will see when they actually grab, but like the Zarya is obviously playing around you. I don't expect you to eat the grab unless it's a bad grab. Like if it's a bad grab, then you should eat it.
Yeah, I think this one was like super close. Like I almost ate it. It was just kind of unlucky this one. I mean, we'll see.
Again, they just used the bubble very early. This Zarya is just a little bit of insanity. They missed the win with grab dragons, but
yeah, I didn't eat that apparently.
yeah, that's just like if anything, that's like a frame off.
Yeah.
Because you used defense matrix there. Yeah, she was just a little bit behind you.
Yeah. That's like an LOS thing, because like on my screen it
Yeah.
looks like she's in my face, but she's actually like to the left of me technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just very, very close. Like she actually pushed forward to your side to use the grab, but kind of just left the entire team to die. Like even with the grab, like they don't really have. This is a really bad grab. Like no one's going to be able to like push in to punish it. Like they're dead. We have a window. So if they try to come forward, Mark, we just cleans up. Fine, slow. If the shatter goes through, then they just kill us. But actually, yeah, okay, that's unlucky.
Yeah.
And we got interrupted during our run as well. So it looks like a lost fight, right? Yeah, lost fight. Unlucky. Mostly because they hit the shatter. Like the big thing is that they grabbed so far away, and their hands is like all the way back there, that the dragons probably, unless he started shooting it early, which he didn't, is not going to get in time to counteract beat. So if we had managed to get beat out, we would have been fine. We just got shattered.
Yeah. Like I think we win this fight with like a slightly late beat.
Yep, absolutely. If we didn't get shattered, we also used shatter, which is unlucky. Your rank went for the shatter and got shattered.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we block the shatter, we are more than safe. No one can push in because we have the window. Zarya is low HP and stunned. Rhine is half HP. It's a one fight if we block the shatter. We just beat and kill them. But we don't because we get shattered. But it's fine. We got 70. Yeah, we got 70%. So that's still pretty good. And they had to use they didn't have to use speed actually, but without the shatter they didn't win, and without grab dragons that's what the plan anyway. They didn't have to invest speed, but better for us. Right. I assume we are going to try to bomb behind them to push them into your team.
Yep. Yeah, I called for Ballman to walk with High Noon once we got closer and we had it.
Okay.
Actually, I think that might be next fight. Yeah, it is next fight.
Oh yeah, no, your Macri gets pooped off. We get to Baptiste, so this may actually be winnable.
Yeah.
Here you try to get to the window.
I think it
Lucky.
was I was shifting in and I got booped with the same boop as the McCree, so it like moved my my booster. Actually,
Poor
maybe it
Macri.
didn't.
It didn't.
I'm not sure what I tried to do here.
Oh, it was Bob.
Oh, it's the Bob. It was the Bob. Okay, that makes sense.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And here you, yeah, that's a fight. We just use the front line to Bob, basically. Unlucky, but we go again. And again, they just use 2 ultimates, so it's okay.
Yeah. We use beat as well. Just
We did use speed. I think we used speed in response to the window. The problem is that your Macri got booped off. Like if your Macri hadn't been booped off, you probably had a good chance, but your Macri got booped off and you went on a flank and the rank was basically by himself. So they just deleted him. It happens. Lucio players. Going white is definitely the right idea because they have 2 things that can move off the map.
Yeah. I think I was thinking of like flank bombing, like bombing from the right side angle.
Right, yeah.
But then I kind of just realized it wasn't really necessary, and I could get
Yeah,
the
you
same
can
thing
just bomb
done.
from point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this bomb. Because if the
Yeah,
enemy team is so split, this is just gonna get a ton of value. If we hide in as well,
I called for the high noon bomb. It was this fight.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is just really smart. Like, bomb behind the Rhine, they are very split, which is very important, right? The Rhine is going to have to go for the bomb, or even if he doesn't, he's going to get at least split by the bomb. Like, the enemy team is going to push forward, and we are just going to kill them all. Like, you're remaking. This is at least 1 kill. Like, yeah, the Rhine goes for the bomb. Baptiste go for the bomb. We kill the Lucio. We damage the Zarya. Not a kill, but he can just roll. Never mind, not even roll. You are remaking. Tap. Stand right click. Yep, stand right click. And even though you lost your front line, because we bomb high noon and they got so far apart and they got so much damage, this should still be a 1-5. You have a tank with full HP and the McCree against Rhine and Baptiste. So they have basically no damage in comparison, right? Yeah, we just kill everything. So pretty good. Even though, like, a big thing is that your front line, like your Rhine and your... This is just unlucky. But your Rhine mostly got killed when you were not there because he got shattered and killed. And then our Baptiste dies, yeah. We still just win because, like, yeah, they just split so hard because of the bomb high noon that we just win the fight. So that was actually a really good fight. I like that.
I was kind of unsure how to approach the next fight because I knew they were coming up on a lot of ults. I thought they'd be closer to Grav actually, but I knew they were coming up on quite a few. On
Of course, going back and looking at it, you can see that they are actually, like, yeah, they're coming up to some. Half here, they got beat. But they didn't do enough damage that fight, basically, to get closer. Like, they only got, like, 15% each, the DPS from that fight. Because they got split by the high noon bomb, right? We bombed, so they hit. We high noon, so they hit. So they spent most of that fight doing no damage. And then Macri just picked them off 1 by 1. Still, yeah, it's a good assumption. Like, if they had gotten like 20% output in this fight, they would be at like 85 and 90 or something like that. Honestly, I would just try to take a dry fight. Like, assuming they actually had this, I would just try to take a dry fight because they have to use ultimates to push into us. And then we come back with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 halves or something like that. And we can just run them over with ultimates because we just have the time. Ken could have probably used the macro missiles there just to get a little bit of extra charge. Not a big deal, just very nitpicky. We use window early, again, window is really good. B, that's a great shatter, we just won the fight, right?
Yeah. I think my target priority here is really bad. Because I don't get the lamp. I don't go straight for the lamp. I think. I hope I go for the lamp.
We'll see. I hope you go for the lamp. You don't go for the lamp.
Yeah.
I think you got blinded by the window, and you are shooting at a Baptiste that's not gonna die, and then you go for the lamp. Yeah, you just spent like 2 seconds shooting at the Bap on the ground, which is unfortunate, but should still be a one fight. Yeah, you just shoot at the Baptiste while he's emote. Just go for the lamp. We should still win this fight? Yeah, we still win this fight. For 1 point, but it's okay. Maybe not okay? Like, without our Bap, that's gonna be very difficult. How did your Bap die to the Bob?
I have no idea. Oh, she was cut off by the dragon?
He was cut off by the dragon and
Yeah.
jumped to avoid the dragon, and Bob picked him up in the air. That's very unfortunate. And of course, he did not have him. He used it, yeah.
Yeah. I could have played more with my backline here.
You
I think.
could have, but I'm fine with the choices. You basically went aggro to kill the Vine, and they dragon, so you had to boost their way because the dragon is literally in your face, right? So you get out. Maybe you don't use boosters here for. You took behind. If you had perfect reaction time, you could have saved your Baptiste. But don't blame you for not saving this Baptiste. Because, yeah, you needed literally perfect reaction time. Looks like that's right though.
I should be on ping in this game. I think it's NA.
Okay. And yeah, don't do the Bob. You don't have enough damage to kill him, so just play safe. In the case that was fine, we just die, right? We just have a point. Yeah, we just have a point. Okay, we didn't abuse using ultimates, right? But they did 2, and now they do have 2, and we have 3. So long as we get the fight. Oh, the grab is back. Okay.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, so we rotate through white. We still have a... Like, now we just have a much better front line. If we just run at the Zarya, we just kill the Zarya. Don't get distracted by ball, we just go. That grabs a little early. At least if she's trying to cut you off from touching, that's a little early. Yeah, we use speed, they don't have any follow-up. You got dash point, which is fine because you had beat. Otherwise, by the way, obvious note, don't boost into a window if you don't have beat. Or defense matrix. Yeah. They're just gonna kill you. But you had beat. You do not have matrix, but you had beat, so it's fine. And you just make sure to boop them away from the choke, which just allows your team to go in, which is very good. Lucius probably not the target. Yeah, we just went. Okay. Yeah, slightly nitpick on that last fight. Don't go for the Lucio here. If you can, just go something else or protect your Rhine. We still win. Yeah, we just had more ultimates. And we used them better. Like, they use both of them to try to stop us from touching, and we just beat and go forward. So. Should be a one fight with this. Good boop. Again, don't do Bob if you don't have to. If you don't have to do Bob, we don't do Bob. But it's a one fight, right? It's okay.
Yeah. I think I just wanted to do
the bomb.
What's it? The bomb for Lucio contesting through window. But I could just thrown it from window, I think.
Yeah, and Lucio was like, if I go back. Lucio had just respawned because we killed him. So I don't think he was gonna touch anyway. Yeah, he died all the way over there.
Oh, he was all the way over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Still though, it's like 99.99, so you know.
Might as well check it
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Okay. And this time they have a better front end than we do because somehow we are still running the Tracer.
Yeah, I think Astra's a Tracer one trick.
Yeah, that
He's
makes
quite a
sense.
good Tracer though, I think.
Yeah, it's just difficult running a Tracer into like a hard roll with McCree Hanzo who can just one-shot you.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. But
My point though was that now, again, because they have more damage on the front line, you have to stay with the Rhine, right? Again, that's the idea I want to get behind. The concept of depending on how much more damage, or rather which team has more damage on the front line, you have to change your playstyle accordingly. Like on the previous game, you had McCree, they had Hanzo Ash. So yeah, they have long range damage, but once we get in the front line, then we just win. This game, they have McCree as well, and then we have Tracer and Hanzo. And Hanzo can put a lot more pressure on your tanks, especially with Storm Arrows, than a Tracer can. So it's a game of, well, let's just play defensively again. A little late on the fire strike hit, but it's okay. Like here, for example, right? You're denying the Rhine healing, your Rhine is safe, so he doesn't need defense matrix, no one can really shoot them. So you're going for an aggressive play, and you don't know their comp yet, which, you know, is fine, but... Even here, like... It feels like to me that you're just, rather than trying to defense matrix your Rhine defensively, you're trying to defense matrix their Rhine. Who did go very low, by the way. Like, their Rhine did go very low, and they had to emo, but... We just lost both of it. We just lose both of our DPS. Where was McCree actually?
oh yeah, the McCree did something really weird here. He just like entered for some reason, like you'll say.
Oh, he went for the right click on the Rhine, so that's why he went low and we got emo. And I will say, and this is very exemplary of this comp, like with the Rhine D.va versus Rhine Zarya, one of the big advantages you have is that if you know your McCree is going for an off angle, you should play a little closer so you can defense matrix the McCree. Because if in the Rhine v Rhine, your McCree manages to take an off angle like this and put pressure on the enemy Rhine, then we just win the fight. We forced the demo out of it.
Yeah, that's...
And he tried to go for the roll stun as well.
Yeah.
Here he's in a good position now. Does he just get picked? Does he just get picked by a random Hanzo arrow? Yeah, he just gets picked by a random headshot. Which,
Yeah.
unfortunate. And your defense matrix was like a little, slightly bit too late. Wait,
yeah, I couldn't see him either. Do you think with D.va it's better to stand like slightly further back? So that you
yeah,
can
D.va,
see-
with D.va, because you have more range, you can stand a bit further. Like, if you were Zarya, you would be here, right? This is a Zarya position. With D.va, you can be
Yeah.
like one step back.
Hmm.
You also have mobility, so if you have to go aggressive, you can commit your boosters to going aggressive. If you think you're going to win. That's another advantage with D.va, you have mobility. But, again, the biggest reason D.va is played is because you have defense basics a lot more often than the bubbles. It's as simple as that. And you don't want your Rhine to be burst down. Lost fight, by the way. We just time point if you can, because we just have no DPS. Like, this is okay, you're trying to stall the point. We end up dying, which is fine. Our DPS is die, like, your McCree getting headshot, like, a microsecond away from your matrix is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate. I do think you're playing, like, a little... Again, it's a matter of considering what comp they have. You're playing a little bit too far forward. Too aggressive, defensive. Like, again, when their Rhine went low, right, because we strike click on them, you went to deny the healing on the Rhine, which is, again, the right idea if they also didn't have a stun right click. But then your team just gets pressure instead. Yeah. Matrix is okay, we should wait for the Matrix to come back. There we go. Good shatter, but the Rhine is dead. Did your Rhine go too early?
I'm not sure actually. We're on my team with him.
No. I mean, like, so of course you have to coordinate defense matrix like you coordinate bubbles, basically. It's Because if your Ryan goes aggro and he just doesn't have defense matrix, he's gonna die. So I wanted to see if you coordinated it or if he just went with it when you didn't have it.
Forward shield.
I don't know what you're using it
Yeah,
for here, but yep. You were saying?
Oh, sorry, I don't think I was saying anything. I think it might just be on cooldown because I flash it here.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
unnecessarily.
that's what I mean. And like your Ryan is going aggressive while your defense matrix is down. This should not happen. You should coordinate it better. Also, I don't know why you're trying to DM anyway. Like it's Zarya, but no. Not a big deal. It just should be coordinated because your Ryan just gets deleted otherwise.
Yeah.
Like we're at the choke, we get healing. He also goes aggressive at like 400 health. He should wait for the healing. But yeah, here the McCree and the Hands will just kill him immediately. Like yeah, it's a good shatter, but the McCree and the Hands will just kill him immediately. That's on you and on him. You should coordinate.
Mm.
Like if your Ryan wouldn't go aggressive without a Zarya bubble, he should not go aggressive without defense matrix. This is some idea. You get the emo. Maybe actually win a fight. Still a good shadow. Oh,
Yeah, I was ready. Yeah.
she was so close. Unlucky. And now we don't have healing and they have healing, so it's probably a lost fight unless our McCree just pops off and kill everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, we just lose this fight. You commit to going aggressive, but I think it's still a lost fight. Actually, maybe not. You're basically going to picks.
I think the Zarya just carries it. Like she's just 100 charge. Just
Oh no,
destroying
the
it.
Zarya is very high charge. And
Yeah, that's why I like entered into her. Like at the after grab.
yeah. And I think like if your McCree was alive, going at the Zarya would have definitely been the right idea. But when your McCree dead, the fight is just lost. Like you've got McCree and Tracer, which is again good damage, but into Baptiste, McCree, and Zarya. So they actually have a lot more damage and they have healing, which you don't. Well, you have Lucio, but Lucio.
Hmm.
And the Zarya does go very low, but she just gets healed by the Baptiste. That's very, very unlucky.
Can you
just
actually eat grab through walls? Like if the wall's like cutting off the DM.
yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, like cancer arrows. Like cancer dragons, I mean, you can hit them through walls as well.
Yeah, I always thought dragon you could because the projectile technically went through the wall. Oh, I look away from it.
No, because you cannot eat the actual dragon, right? You eat the actual arrow.
Yeah. The arrow, but like the arrow like passes through the wall, but like the grab sticks to the other
I
side of the wall.
believe that if you get the grab during this trajectory with the defense matrix, you can hit it.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe it to be so.
But I'll check it a bit later on anyway.
Yeah. On either case, yeah, like we just don't manage to eat the heal. I was actually pointing at the healing, not the grab.
Oh, okay.
But like here with your McCree dead, your Rhine is back, so we could just play with Rhine. Yeah, you're kind of hinting.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's a high charge area and you've got no range. Like, you got Tracer, yeah, but Tracer's not gonna help you. Yeah, Tracer's just hard at focusing the devotees. If Tracer was with you, then this area could have died, for sure.
Yeah. Because
She went
I
down
thought it
completely.
was killable. I didn't think it. Yeah, I thought it would.
She was definitely killable, just not by herself.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is unfortunate. Like, I assume you called her and just your Tracer didn't follow. Because she was hard focusing the devotees. She should have, but she didn't. And she does kill the Bab.
Yeah, she gets the buff though. I think that's value.
Yeah, it still was fine. Honestly, between like Zarya and Bab, I'd rather kill the fully charged Zarya. Baptiste is not going to kill your entire team. Full charged Zarya is.
Yeah.
But this can help make the fight a little longer, but if we just die to that have fully charged Zarya, then we just lose the fight anyway. Which is unfortunate. Do I think you made the right call? Yes, because if Tracer had been with you, then we could have killed the Zarya and won this fight. But it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, especially for ranked.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would 100% be the right play in like a scrim or an organized
Oh,
environment.
absolutely. You just call the Zarya and the Zarya gets deleted. Defense magic high noon and we back out. Yep, that's good. That's the draw. We can go. Another bomb behind them. Another bomb high noon. So this is the combo that won us the point last game. Okay. Again, good bomb. Put it behind them. They don't rotate properly. This Zarya may die to the high noon. Yeah, she's gonna die to the high noon. Great combo. Wait. Ryan?
He turns. He must turn. There's no way. Oh.
Okay, well.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I would not expect this to happen in a 4K game, but you know. Sure. I think he just had focus on the high noon and forgot about the bomb.
Yeah.
That was, by the way, that was a really good placed bomb, for sure. Got the angle, got everything. So, really good bomb. Now we just have the advantage. Like, again, the fact that they have McCree Hanzo can hurt us a lot because, like, even from window, they can get so much more value from window than we can with the Tracer at McCree, right? But we just have to live with it because nothing you can do, and we just hope that the Tracer gets value by distracting someone when we engage. Like, what's your Tracer doing? Like, see, this is not bad. Like, if your Tracer is distracting someone while the fight is happening, she's kind of getting value. Like, at the very least, it's going to be a 5v5 rather than a 6v5. No, 6v5. She actually distracted several people there. The Ryan just gets stunned right click again. Did they? Oh my god, they bubbled early again.
Yeah.
I didn't notice, but this area used to get out of that habit. And if you see it, call it and we can punish it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because, yeah, look at what's this bubble doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just call
There's
it.
Zero energy bubble as well.
Yeah. Just call it. They use both bubbles. Just call it. We can go aggressive on them. We have McCree again, who can just stand right click, and because we have D.va, you can defense matrix their damage for 2 seconds, and we just kill them all in those 2 seconds if we have to. Okay, they beat. We beat. Zarya has grabbed. Where did she? Oh, she was behind. She went for an angle. Okay. And again, because she has more frontline damage, she can afford to go for angles. Whereas you don't have enough frontline damage to go for angles. This looks like a close fight. Yeah. Just close fight. We have one more anyway. Okay. You go Zarya again. So what's your idea behind switching to Zarya?
I think I just wanted to sound like I wasn't. I was getting quite frustrated with my DMs.
Okay.
I just felt like I wasn't getting impact. And I wanted to try just play more aggressive.
That's fine.
Take some angles.
I do think it's the wrong call, mostly because they just have so much more frontline damage that... Well, let's just say we trade the bubbles, right? We trade the bubbles for the stun, then they just have storm arrows, and we don't. So, I don't think it's the right call, but if your Zarya is much better than your D.va, it obviously can have a bigger impact on the fights.
Yeah, I think my Zarya is generally stronger.
Yeah.
Especially in ladder.
Early bubble. Again, you need to stop doing this. That's from your Zarya gameplay, this is the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway I got. If they have a McCree, don't bubble your Ryan early, because then he just gets stun right click. Oh, but there's Zarya also. This, oh my god.
It's a clown fiesta.
When did she bubble her Rhine? Why?
For the fire strike. For the fire strike.
She
Oh my
already has
God.
100 energy.
Yeah,
Players on you.
the bigger.
This is just gonna get the Rhine killed.
And he aggroes with it as well.
Yeah,
Here you go.
there's a pulse bomb. Stun. Okay, yeah, he just get stun right click into pulse bomb. He just gets deleted because he doesn't have a bubble.
Mm.
So, very important. Don't use your bubbles early. Yeah, the Rhine just dies, right? Yeah, the Rhine just dies. You go for a... They don't have a Rhine, we just win the fight. They're going to back up.
Get in there.
Vandal, please.
Ready for battle.
Yep, they back out, we win the fight. This is okay. We hang them back. Keep chasing McCree. Okay, so remember what I said about taking off angles? You can take off angles if the fight hasn't happened yet. If the front lines hit each other, then you definitely need to be with your Rhine.
Yeah, I think I played to like peak during my off angle for the bubble. I
Yep,
kind of have that as like the offline, so the frontline support, so that I can still play the off angle aggressively. But do you think
That's-
it's like it's not just like the bubble that is?
it's not
leading
just
the
bubble,
frontline
it's
force
also
to
your
attack?
damage, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
So I think this is okay, but then you just have to go back to your Rhine. Like, as soon as they start going forward, you just go back to your Rhine to help them. You can take an off angle before the front lines actually meet, because, you know, you can just kill things. Like, these are free kills if you go aggressive right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kill the Lucio, which is solid. And the front lines haven't hit each other yet, so this is good. But when the two Rhines actually start being in melee, when they have a better front line, which they do, right? Then you have to be with your Rhine to compensate, which in turn allows the Zarya to go for aggressive angles. But this is good. Like, you just got a Lucio. Without a Lucio, they literally cannot get to us. Like, they go on the Rhine, we just beat away. So,
Get in there.
early bubble again, but oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. McCree's trying to stun you instead. Like, I was thinking, like, if they regroup with the Lucio or just come back and you don't have your bubble, then your Rhine can just stun right click and maybe pressure. I don't think he's gonna get killed because again we just have a Lucio, but this is fine. Like, McCree wasting his stun on you is good for you. You are not gonna die because you have your own bubble and you can just kill him. Or chase him away at least. Yeah. Yeah, he just goes away.
Yeah. I think
Unlucky.
my like idea was to play for like control of this lane, so they all had to like funnel through main.
And again, that's good. Like, taking an off angle before they actually hit your front line is good. And you're not that far away from your Rhine. You can just jump right click into the Rhine. Or even just drop and be with your Rhine immediately. So, again, yeah. Taking an off angle before the fight happens is good. Even if your front line is weaker, which again it is, right? Before the front lines actually clash, like where they are setting up or when they're rotating, you can go for the off angle to put extra pressure on them, which is solid. And now that they are actually coming forward, you are with your team, which is solid. Okay, you are not with your team, but the Rhine is dead. So. Another kill on the Lucio, so good job. Should be still a winnable fight. Now you definitely should go to your Reinhardt.
I think I was trying to play for the grav here, so that I could go for a flank grav on the backline, because they didn't have any like tank, and their Lucio was dead.
Okay, yeah. I do like that. Like, the fight is close. We shouldn't have, like... We used both ultimates, which is unlucky, just miscoordination. I think one would have probably been enough to win the fight. I think the grab idea is good. Like, again, they, like you said, they have no Rhine. Their Zarya is all the way over there. But, like, if they come back to the next fight, we just grab dragons and we have no grab or no beat, we can just lose the next fight and it's like 95. So, unlucky that we use beat and grab. I would have loved to save one of these, honestly, for the next fight.
Yeah.
And I do think that, like, using, like, don't get me wrong, I think using one of them to win the fight is the right idea, because we just need to secure the fight. Like, we also lost our McCree, and I think our puppy's coming back. Yeah, our puppy's coming back. So it's like, it's a very close fight. So using an ultimate seems good. But we ended up using every ultimate. And for next fight, they should be able to just come back with grab dragons and win. Oh!
Your best
Or they grab dragons right now, which is... Okay. You know
Yeah,
what?
I'll
We
take
take those. Yeah. Yeah, and good job going aggressive on the Hanzo. You kill the Hanzo, you're gonna die, but it's fine, just come back on Wrecking Ball. And we stop the grab dragons from getting any value. Who did they grab?
Was it just the Ryan? I think it's a panic grab.
They solo grabbed the Rhine. Okay.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's the last fight. I think.
Maybe. It's only a 2-1. Like, if they had actually
Yeah.
just waited to come back and grab dragons, we would have lost this, but I'm
Yeah.
glad they don't. We also missed the Shatter, which is unfortunate. The Dragons is also very late.
Yeah, it's a really far dragon.
Yeah. Like, by the
Very,
time it
yeah.
gets to the Rhine, he's already out of the grab.
Yeah, inspirational dragon.
I think they probably just called at the beginning of the fight, let's grab Dragon and win, and they tried to go for it, and they both just panicked.
Yeah.
They probably called last fight before the fight as well. We'll use both tanks, but like I said, this should still be a win.
I think I actually have to go for scrims now. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just
Yeah.
close the app real quick. Have fun.
Yeah, I'll. All right, thanks. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Anywho, yeah, just real quick. Just come back on ball because you have to touch. This is a very winnable fight. Like, McCree versus Ryan Lucio. McCree Lucio. Like, how are they even, like, they cannot get to your McCree, right? Ryan does melee damage, and he's already very low. No one else is close. Of course, you can back on ball anyway, just to make sure. But this should be a 1-5. Like, McCree versus very low Ryan. Even if Ryan was full health, Ryan has no way of getting close to the McCree. We have the point. Lucio can just speed us out. Lucio cannot speed them in. McCree goes aggro because Ryan is 1. Should be just a 1 game, right? And you do go ball. But this should just be a 1-1. Like, they're coming back, but they will not have a Rhine. We are coming back faster. They use speed. This is fine, you're distracting the backline. You're trying to hit the Baptiste. Missing a lot, but it's okay. Use your shields. I don't like that. You are not under pressure yet. Okay, just get away because they have Reaper. Just grapple away. Honestly, just grapple out. See if you can get the Mega. Or, like, I don't know, grapple away. Just grapple away because they have Reaper. Okay. Oh no, you go back in. Oh, I hate this. You went very low and you decided to go back in, which is unfortunate. Like, this is fine. You go pressure the Bab. Pressuring the Bab is fine. Now they have Bab Reaper. You are not gonna kill anyone here. You just prepare to get out. Use your shields, which you didn't have to. And you are already very low. Like, you were not very low, but you don't get a lot of value. Here you just take a lot of damage. And I was like, okay, just get out. But you go back in. You probably get killed here, right? Reaper just doesn't shoot at you. But you... Okay, now you get... Oh, no, you don't get away. Tracer still got a lot of value, which make it a winnable fight. Oh, your McCree dies. Your Ryan dies. Do we actually lose this? My voice, where did it go? Do we actually lose this? We keep contesting for a while, at least. We have time to come back. So we touch the point, which is solid. Good roll through. Careful about going in for a second time, because it becomes more predictable. And you get stunned. Do you get killed here by, right-click Reaper? No. Doofus just counts it. And kills the Baptiste. So this should actually be a 1-5. And the Police. Yeah, 1-5. 1-5, we just win. Yeah. Right. Solid. So to recap real quick, for Zarya, the very important thing is that, well, again, this depends on their front line. If they have more frontline damage, you have to, like, especially if they have a McCree, you have to play defensive with your bubbles. Reactively, not proactively. Because otherwise McCree just gets a free stun right click. Zarya was doing this a lot, and we, like, our McCree was punishing it a lot, and they do actually won us a lot of fights. If you're playing D.va, the same applies. Instead of using bubbles, you can defense matrix more often, which is one of the big reasons why D.va is being played so much, because against McCree, if you use a bubble, then he has an 8-second window, whereas if you use defense matrix, he only has 1 second of a window before the matrix is back up. And we just win. Good job, nice. Alright, now let's take a 3-minute break.